this morning. Let's talk football, should we? For many, it was the greatest day in English football history when Bobby Moore lifted the Jules Rimet trophy.
And today marks 50 years since that famous day in 1966 when England beat West Germany 4-2 in extra time to win the World Cup. Paul Hawkins reports.
No previous international, no other cup final, indeed nothing Wembley ever staged, matched the glamour of this event, the final of the World Cup.
Given the state of the current national team, celebrating English football's finest moment is a no-brainer.
Racing to beat the whistle, Geoff Hurst saw an opening in the defence and achieved the hat-trick.
You didn't really comprehend the magnitude of the occasion, I think is probably the best way of saying it, due to that time. But it's important to celebrate the occasion. I mean, it's the #1 sport in the world, it's our national sport, so it's a magnificent achievement, one of the greatest days, if not the greatest day in English football history, and it is important that for the country that the national team is successful.
So Geoff Hurst will always be the hat-trick hero, but it was this man, the late great Bobby Moore, England's inspirational captain, who was the driving force behind their success in those finals. Pelé called him the greatest defender he'd ever played against. But what would Bobby Moore have made of the extent of the celebrations half a century on, given England's lack of success?
Well, I think there's great nostalgia around 1966. And it was a very special time, you know, not only just for 1966 and football, but everything that went with, you know, the swinging 60s and the fun times, you know. And I think, you know, Dad would be deeply honoured that, you know, people still refer to it. You know, it was a massive achievement. It's not that easy to win a World Cup, as we've found out.
If Moore was the inspiration, the architect was the manager, Sir Alf Ramsey, a strict disciplinarian in an age where footballers' lifestyles were considerably more modest than today's multi-millionaire celebrities. So how much did they get for winning the World Cup?
It wasn't a great reward, I think £1,000 taxed, but somebody had told me that it equates to £16,000 today. Well, didn't feel like it, believe me.
So expect lots of nostalgia today, but do the kids of 2016 know anything about the boys of '66?
Did you know England had won the World Cup?
No.
No.
Do you know who Geoff Hurst is?
He was a famous football player on the English team. Nope. There's like this player called Banks Gordon or something like that. And he was in the, what's it called, England.
There's a lot to learn. Paul Hawkins, Sky News.